lines of best fit. So let's look at these first three examples. We're looking for correlation. So kind of a pattern in which way the data is going. So kind of, is it matching some sort of linear pattern? So if I look at the first one, I can see that it is over time going up over time. So as time spent studying, your grade is also going up. So this is called a positive correlation. And then the opposite of that, if it were going down over time, like this next example, you can kind of see that the data is starting to go down over time. That would be called a negative correlation. So a pattern. Can we see a pattern that's happening over time? And then the last one, the data is spread all across our graph and there's no linear pattern to it. So this would be called no correlation. So we could have positive, we could have negative, or we could have no correlation. Okay, so we are going to find a line of best fit of a set of data, and we're going to make an equation for it. So let's look at this first example. It says, write an equation of the lines of best fit of the data given. So we have X representing number of days, and we have Y representing number of episodes. So I'm going to first start off by graphing this. So my number of days are going to go on my x-axis, and my number of episodes are going to go on my y-axis. Then I'm going to start to plot. So at 2 days, I had 4 episodes. At 3 days, I had 7 episodes. 4, I had 9. 7 days, I had 15. 8 days, I had 16. And then 9 days, I had 19. So I can see that with this data, it's going up over time. So I would say we have a positive correlation. So now we need to draw our line of best fit. When you're doing this, you are going to try to hit as many points as you possibly can. So if you want to write yourself a note, under draw line of best fit, we want to hit as many points as possible. So if you have a straight edge, I know your ID may be a little too small, but I'm going to try my best, and I might have to adjust. But it looks like I hit 4 out of my 6 points, which is pretty good. So try and graph that also on your paper. Once I have my line of best fit, I need to choose 2 points on that line. I cannot choose the points that I did not hit. So I'm going to pick 2 of these. Let's pick, I'm going to use my table too to help me out, make sure I'm using the right points. 3, 7, I'm going to choose because that's on my line. And then let's also use 7, 15. my equation. So now we're going back to what we've practiced a lot, where we're finding the slope between 2 points and then writing the equation y equals mx plus b. So let's remember how to do that. So we have that lovely slope equation, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to plug in the numbers from my points that I chose off my line. So if I label my points, I have x1 and y1 in my first point, and then I have x2 and y2 in my second point. So in my first one, my first box is going to go 15 minus my y1, which was 7. And then down below, I'm going to do 7 minus 3. So now if I do my math, 15 minus 7 will give me 8. Divided by 7 minus 3 gives me 4. And then I know that 8 divided by 4 would give me a slope of 2. Now that I found my slope, I need to find my b. So I have y equals mx plus b. I'm going to plug in everything that I know. I have points that give me x and y. I'm going to use, let's say, our first point. So in our first point, the y was 7. We found that our slope was 2. And our x in our point was 3. So now I need to solve. So 2 times 3 would give me 6. Then I need to subtract 6 on both sides, giving me b equals 1. So I have both parts of my equation. So my equation for my line of best fit would be y equals 2x plus 1. Now, if I would have chosen different points, I may have gotten a little bit of a different equation. It's not going to be completely different. I might have gotten a slope of 2.5 and a b of 0.5 or 1.5. They're going to be very similar to the slope and the b that I found, but they may have a little bit of difference. So remember when we're doing these, that not everyone is going to get the exact same answer. But we shouldn't have one person getting a slope of 2 and the other person getting a slope of -10. They should be fairly close.